Hi there. On my last video, I showed you how to make this snare cadence. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. Today, I'm going to show you how to add a bass drum part. So, we're going to go to Edit, Instruments, and let's go to Marching Band. Let's go to Percussion Marching. And let's add our MDL bassline 5. So this is just going to be a 5 bass drummer line. Add. Okay. Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and add a bracket now. So over here on the left, we have brackets. I'll just drag this over where it says snare line A. And let's expand that down. And that's looking a little bit better. Okay, so you need to know how the drums are going to work in the bass line, okay? So here's just a little helpful diagram. We got drum 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's going to correlate to the staff like this. Drum 5, drum 4, drum 3, drum 2, and drum 1. And then this special note head right here, that's going to be our unison. Sometimes the unison is not the right note head in Musescore. So I'll show you what I mean. So I just put in a unison right here, and that's the wrong note head. So in order to change that, I hit N, so I go to my note input mode, and then I go down here to edit drum set. And then I'm going to find my unison hit right here. Then I'm going to hit edit note heads. I'm going to change this. Should be slash with horizontal ends. There it is. Okay. So I'm probably not going to use the half hole or double hole, but I'll go ahead and put them in anyway. So I'll change that up. So I'll go find this note head. So this note head is the half. Where's the half? There it is, half. And then I'm going to go to hole slash hole. And then white slash should have, there it is, double hole. So that was all unnecessary. I'm really just going to use the filled in hash, but I just made that just so everyone can see how to do it. Okay, so already that is the correct note head right there for our unison sounds. Awesome. Okay. So it makes a lot of sense to me to do a little lead-in to this intro bar. So we'll start off with just the snare drums on that roll, and then I'll rest for 2 beats. So I'll do a little half rest. So I just selected that rest and click the half note. And then we're going to do 16th notes. We're going to call these twos. Okay, so this is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay, so I'll put that in. And we'll make that 8th note. Good, okay. We need dynamics here. And the cool thing about bass drum splits is you usually don't need to put in stickings for the split parts. The players should be able to assume if it's like 2s or 1s or 3s, as in 1 note down the drum, or 2, or 3, whatever it is, they are going to assume that it starts with the right hand, and then they just alternate from there. Unisons do need stickings though, so I'll get to that later. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So let's start this at piano. Crescendo to forte. Good. Okay. For this part, we'll do kind of like a unison pattern, like as in unison with the snare drums. Okay, so this is unison writing where all the instruments are going to play the same music here. That's just going to be split around the drums. Let's do 16ths and I can always just go around and toggle with my arrow keys like that. Yeah, I can always just play around with this later. And then we'll just do eighth notes down the drums. So this would be like the ones I was talking about earlier. Perfect, awesome. Make that a quarter note. And I'll probably leave this kind of open, but let's do another twos run down here, kind of leading us back into that. So I can actually just do this. I can just copy and paste. And let's not do a crescendo. Oh, yeah, let's do a crescendo. About to forgive me, I'm working pretty late tonight. Okay. So, for this rock beat, I think it makes sense to do an actual unison. So, bass drum unison, just kind of like a funky rhythm. So, I'll do something pretty syncopated. And so, let's actually change this to. Let's try something like that. A dotted rhythm. Let's do it on the upbeats. Then dots. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Let's do another. Let's do the same thing at the beginning. We'll keep it funky. So let's do. Put that on the E. Let's do that. So to put it on a rest, you just hit 0. So if you press 0 when you have the note value that you want the rest to be, just hit 0 and then you have a rest. Makes it pretty quick when you're just typing it out. Okay, and let's do a for and at the end. Cool. And let's just repeat that. So we got dum 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 bum bum dum 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 bum bum dum dum. Yeah, that's funky. I like that. Yeah, let's just leave that as a unison for right now. Okay. So with all these syncopated rhythms, I think that it's helpful to have some filler rim clicks in there to help give the bass drummers something to latch onto for their downbeats. So rim clicks don't have to be loud, but they can often be used for a timekeeping device. So I'll make these rests here. I'll make that a rim click. Okay, so that is G is my shortcut for the rim click. And that note is correct, so that's awesome. Oops. Make sure that's a 16th. Cool. I'll do the same thing at the bottom. Okay. And since this is so funky, I think I'm going to make it loud. So let's go ahead and go Dynamics, Fortissimo. That's pretty good. All right. So let's add a sticking here because you should have a sticking for unisons. Let's add text sticking. And I'll do a pretty natural sticking. Right. Usually want to use mostly right hands for anything isolated. Right? Left, right, left. That make sense to me. Right, left. I'll repeat it. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, let's hear what we got right now. I'll probably add some tenors in that space. Cool. All right. So in my next video, I'll add a tenor part, and I think I'll also flesh this out a little bit more, make it a little bit longer. Okay. Thanks for watching.